Lighting up our airwaves today from the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce. What's your official title, Chuck?
Director of Membership Relations.
Wow. Chuck Thiele is with us, Director of Membership Relations for the Faribault Area Chamber, which means membership, right?
Yep. That's my big rock.
And how's that going?
It's going really, really well. It's so much. I didn't know how much fun I was going to have, so that's super important to me, in a job. So, and my favorite part is just going out and just meeting people I've never met. So, yesterday I went to RC Bliss. Just bought a car from them. Love it, by the way. And I had a nice 25-minute conversation with Rick Fetty, and it was fantastic. It was just so nice to meet him. Then I went to Dan Pumper's office, right next to there, pretty close to their Farm Bureau.
Yep.
And just had a nice conversation with him. I stopped by Polzine Glass. Jason wasn't there, but I talked to his employee. It is so much fun talking to people and meeting people. I just love it. I just love it.
So why should somebody be a member of the chamber?
Well, that's a good question. The chamber does a ton for our community. Everyone knows about all the events and stuff that we do, like the Winterfest and the Taste of Faribault and the Fall Festival and the Gala, and the events we do there's tons of them. But what people don't know is like our business advocacy on the back end that people don't see, like us working with the Minnesota Chamber and about what is important to small businesses. An important thing this year was taxes. Small businesses want lower taxes. So we talk to businesses around here, and then we relay those messages to the Minnesota Chamber, and the Minnesota Chamber comes up with 5 to 8 priorities that are important, and then the Minnesota Chamber sends people to the Capitol, and they talk to the politicians about, okay, these are the things that are important to small businesses in Minnesota. So we do a ton of stuff on the back end like that too. That is just that's really good for the community.
You think the legislature listens to lobbyists versus the general public? I mean, I ask that because what you're saying is the chamber sends lobbyists.
Yep.
I mean, that's who they send.
Absolutely.
To the legislature to lobby on your behalf.
Right.
But is it more effective, you think, if the chamber were to directly just call? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. I think these lobbyists that they send, the legislators get to know who they are, okay? And I think the lobbyists are good enough to tell those politicians that they're representing all of Minnesota. They're not just representing a small one business, Metcon. If Metcon had a problem with something and Metcon called the Capitol and said this is this, that would absolutely, they would listen. But I think that the lobbyists that work for the chambers of commerce are kind of representing more of Minnesota as a whole. So I think they get that point across that this is really important, not just to 1 or 7 companies, but it's important to 500 that we represent.
So for efficiency's sake, if I'm hearing you right,
yeah,
it's more efficient to have one lobbyist from the Minnesota Chamber lobby the legislature than to have 100 different chamber businesses all over the state lobby the legislature, just from an efficiency standpoint.
I guess efficiency, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that makes some sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I rarely make sense, Chuck. You should know that by now.
Well, I'm hoping I'm making sense today.
I know you are. We're going to talk about the ambassadors. I know he's involved with the ambassador program here in Faribault.
Yes.
He's also involved with the YPro organization.
Yep.
There's such a terrific group, those young professionals. We're going to get some more details about that, and I'm sure Chuck can also give us some details because the chamber does a business before hours and a business after hours and a business during hours and a business around hours event here in Faribault. We'll talk more with Chuck about that when AM Minnesota continues.
You're not the first one, but my last name is actually pronounced Thiele, like the duck or the color.
Thiele. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
We want to do that right. We want to get the name right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Start something new at Harry Brown's Family Automotive in Faribault. Online at harrybrowns.com. Must be in stock. See dealer for details. Offers end 1/31/18.
All right, we took that short little drive, and now Chuck Thiele, again our guest this morning on AM Minnesota, is in charge of member services that go on, and I know you're involved with the ambassadors and with the young professionals. Anything else you're involved with over there?
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
You do the business before and after hours too, coordination?
No, I really don't coordinate that stuff. That's more kind of Cassie. She's out on maternity leave now, but Cassie kind of runs the events. You know, she coordinates a lot of that. It's a whole team effort, though. You know, we have a small office, tight knit little group there, so we all help each other when we need to. But Cassie's kind of the events gal. So.
Okay, and now Kelly's doing the Main Street.
Kelly's our Main Street queen. Yeah, she's doing fantastic with it. In fact, there was a Main Street meeting there this morning, and you know our Main Street group they do so many great things. It's amazing. Like that fall festival, the winter festival we just had was amazing. We've gotten so much positive response from it, and we already have the fireworks booked for next Winterfest, the first Saturday of the month of December. So we are so excited. It's just going to be a blast, and it's so fun to get that positive feedback from the community.
And I can't remember, what did Kelly tell me, 35 units or something like that this year in the parade for the first year ever?
For the first year.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's just nuts. We already know, or we're already thinking that we might have to like cut it off at like 60 units next year, because the response is just that overwhelming, and we don't want the parade to last 3 hours or whatever.
No, not in the winter.
Right, not in the winter. So.
That's 60 units. That'd probably be what, an hour maybe?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Yep.
That's usually what I go by. Units a minute per unit is what I usually gauge.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
You know, I announce a lot of parades, so.
Well, that Morristown parade, that thing gets a little lengthy, huh?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
It is great.
It's the first parade of the year, so that's why people will sit a little longer for the first parade of the year, right?
Right. My kids are on a sugar high after that parade.
I'll bet they are. Get a lot of candy. So did they hand out a lot of candy at the Winterfest parade here?
Yeah, there was quite a bit. I think the floats were really surprised at the turnout of people there. So what we've heard is that within the first block or two, all the floats had ran out of candy. So next year they know to ramp it up a little more.
Sure,
so the kids on the last 3 blocks get some
candy. I don't
candy.
think there's anywhere you can go but up.
I agree.
You know, with this event.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to tweak some things. The band started a little bit later than we were. We asked the band to start at a certain time, and we think that was a little later than we wanted.
Okay.
There was kind of too much of lag time between the end of the parade and the band. So we want the parade to be done, 2 minutes later the fireworks to go off, and right when the fireworks are done for the band to start. So there's no lag time between.
Yeah, because it's too easy to jump in the car and go home if there's lag time.
Exactly right.
The idea is to keep people downtown.
Correct.
That's the whole idea behind the parade, I would assume, too.
It absolutely is. And oh my goodness, you should have seen the shops. They were full. They were just full. That fleur-de-lis shop on the corner, I walked by, there was 15 people in there.
Awesome.
Walked by Bluebird Cakery, you had to wait 10 minutes to get a coffee. It was amazing. So, yep, we were super happy with that.
So the goal was accomplished there. That's why you did it, right?
Absolutely. Yep, overwhelming success with that.
Get people in the stores.
Yep, exactly.
So who can be an ambassador at the Faribault Area Chamber?
Oh, good question. The ambassador, an ambassador has to be a chamber member, obviously, and then they just need to be, someone that advocates for the chamber. So they're one of our cheerleaders.
So, for example, it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody in management in that business. For example, I'm just going to use our station as an example.
Yeah.
The station could say, Gordy, we want you to be an ambassador in the chamber. Now, I'm not a bigwig. I'm very low on the totem pole here.
I don't know about that.
But that would be acceptable,
Absolutely.
you're saying.
That's very acceptable. We have anywhere from business owners to people that want to just help out, and or somebody that says they get voluntold to do it by their boss. All right, you're going to do this.
So the ambassadors, they don't have meetings, do they? They go to the various open houses and ribbon cuttings and before hours, after hours.
Yeah, so we do have meetings. The second Monday of every month, we have a meeting. We meet at the chamber usually. Sometimes we meet out at a restaurant, and we have a short meeting, and we figure out we buddy up our ambassadors with new chamber members. So we have a few new chamber members. One of them is El Rancho. One of them is what was the other newest one? Scott Braden and North Memorial Ambulance Service. So those are just a few of our new members. But what we'll do at the next ambassador meeting is I'll buddy them up. So I'll just ask for a volunteer. Okay, who wants to be Scott Braden's buddy? And then 6 weeks in, they'll just go stop in there and say, hey, how's it going, Chris Braden? You need anything from us? And then maybe 4 months after that or something, just a follow-up email or call and just see how they're doing. And it's just nice just to be able to have an advocate for the chamber just stop by and just know the chamber is around. So another thing that the ambassadors do is we do ribbon cuttings. That's a very important thing for us. So this last Monday when we went out, we had a whole bunch of ribbon cuttings. We went to Grit and Grace. They have their new space downtown with Mallory Kate. They have we did a ribbon cutting at Fierce Nutrition, which is right next to Grit and Grace, with Sammy. We went. It was really busy, but we had 3 ribbon cuttings and a new member photo. So it was really, really cool. We were busy, but we got it all in an hour. And then we do other things. So 3 ambassadors and I are going to go to the Faribault Vet Clinic on Saturday morning, and we're going to meet Jesse Sandbolt. He's a veterinarian there. And then he's just going to show us around the office, and I think what he said is we get to sit in on a exploratory surgery in a dog's throat to try and find something wrong with the dog.
Oh my.
And I'm so excited. So that's another thing that ambassadors do is we do tours. We're actually going to tour the woolen mill today. I asked some of the ambassadors if they've ever toured the woolen mill, and I was surprised at how many said no. And I was one of the no's also. So we're going to go tour the mill today. We actually are going to go tour the North Memorial Ambulance Service tomorrow. So we do a lot of stuff. We're in the community a lot. This is a really busy week as far as that stuff goes. We're typically not that busy, but we do a lot. We just try and be in the community.
I thought maybe they'd have you clean out the cages or something there at the vet's office.
Well, I would be more than willing to do that. Not in my nice dress shoes, though.
No, that's probably not a wise thing. And Chuck Thiele is with us. He's with the Faribault Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism and in charge of their member services. We talked about the business before hours, the business after hours,
Yep.
business during hours, business around hours. And you have a lot of business events.
Yep.
You help coordinate that too?
A little bit. We all help a little bit, but those are kind of considered events, I guess. So Cassie is going to be doing most of that. Most of the coordinating.
How those were chosen, but...
Yeah. So she'll do most of the coordinating behind the scenes, but then all of us will be there.
So I'm assuming, it's just an assumption on my part, some member of the chamber calls the chamber and says, hey, I want to host a before hours or after, and then you guys put it on your calendar.
Absolutely.
Is that how that works?
Yep, that's pretty much how it works. So yeah, tomorrow, and this is a perfect example of somebody that does a business after hours or before hours. So Bashers, J&J Bowling Center, Jill Kess and Jason Kess, they just did a really big remodel
looks very nice
on their bar, and
the
it looks
side,
so nice. But what a fantastic opportunity for the Kess family to introduce their new space to the public. So we're going to have business after hours there tomorrow from 4:30 to 6:30.
And you're going to have their ribs, right?
They better. Jason, you better have the ribs.
You've had the ribs.
Oh yeah, I've had the ribs. Yeah, more times than I care to admit.
You didn't have them with that shirt on, though.
No. Oh gosh, that would be bad.
Chuck's wearing a white shirt for those of you listening on the radio.
I tell you what, though, I eat at Basher's quite a bit. I don't think as much as you. But Jason Kess makes a pretty mean buffalo chicken wrap, too. It's amazing.
I'm not really into raps.
Really?
Nah, that kind of music just turns me off.
That's a knee slapper,
No,
Gordy.
it's not. It's a really bad one. Really bad. So we've covered the business before and after hours. We covered the Y-Pro. That's what we got to talk about. They got an event coming up.
Yeah, this is. If you get one thing out of this AM Minnesota, I think this is it. So listen up out there. John Crudelli is a nationally known motivational speaker. He spoke at my high school in 1997 when I was a junior, I think.
Oh, thanks for telling us that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ages me a little, right?
Not really. It's 20 years, but beyond me. I mean, under me.
So John Crudelli, a nationally known motivational speaker, and he is doing the Faribault Y-Pro a giant favor, which we love. It kind of helps that he's a family friend, but he's coming down to the Paradise Center for the Arts on January 25th, and he's going to do what the Y-Pro community, or what us Y-Proers call a lunch and learn. So lunch will be available for $10. Otherwise, the event is free, and you can come listen to John Crudelli talk about the road to remarkable. Is what he's talking about.
I don't have to be a Y-Pro Chamber member?
Absolutely not. Yep, this is open to the public. Everyone can come. He is going to inspire us to be our best in 2018 in business, family, and life. If you want to go, call the Faribault Chamber of Commerce, and we'll get you registered for the event. And just let whoever you talk to let them know if you want to eat or not. And Arna Farmer is going to make she's going to make wraps, sandwich wraps.
That's okay.
Okay. You don't have to listen to her sandwich wraps, though, Gordy.
That's fine.
You can just eat them.
Well,
So that's it. It's gonna be a fantastic event. We already have 122 people registered for the event, so it's going really, really good. We are so excited for this event. It's not very often someone with the know-how and the ability and the popularity of John Crudelli comes to a small town to speak at a very reasonable price. Let's just say that, for almost nothing. So he's doing us a huge favor. So don't miss it. Call the chamber 334-4381 and get registered.
I like that title, The Road to Remarkable.
I know, I do too. You know, John is really good at what he does, and he comes up with these titles and stuff. He's spoken to more than 2 million people in his speaking career, so he knows what he's doing.
And you think he's more motivational than Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins,
You
I don't even know who that
Tony
is.
Robbins
I'm
is.
sorry. Is that
That's
bad?
okay. I aged myself there, didn't I? Tony Robbins.
Maybe I'll Google him.
You'll have to do that.
Okay.
Pretty world-renowned motivational guy,
Okay.
Tony Robbins.
Good to
But
know.
he might be, he's probably in my age bracket, so that might be part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, could be.
So you said this is a family friend. John is a family friend.
He is. So yeah, it's kind of funny. When he spoke at my high school, I went home. I always worked. I worked every day after school. So I went to work after high school, got home from work, and John Crudelli was at my dinner table eating dinner with my family, and he had just spoken at my high school earlier that day. And I go, why are you here? Kind of weird. It's like my mom's like, Chuck, John's a family friend. He's spending the night here tonight. I'm like, in the guest bedroom. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's a little teaser for my introduction to John Crudelli next Thursday. There's a very interesting thing that happens after that moment when I walk in the house, and it's one of those nights that I'll never forget. So, but you have to come on Thursday to hear the rest of it.
Was it like a light bulb moment, or?
Oh no, this was a very dramatic moment in our household. Something. Okay, I'll give a little bit more. Our favorite family pet, our favorite dog, passed away that night when John Crudelli was at our house.
Oh, jeez.
But there's an interesting little story and twist to it. So.
Oh, gee. You'll want to go attend that to find out about this, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
About the death of my dog.
Is there a deadline to sign up for this, Chuck?
The 23rd. Yep. We have to sign up by Tuesday the 23rd, so we can let Arna Farmer know how many wraps to make, and just to make sure we have enough seats at the Paradise.
Sure. That's a really nice place for a meeting, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For a presentation, or?
It's going to be perfect. Yeah, we're really excited. Kristen Twitchell and her team are sponsoring the event too. So it's fantastic that they're letting us use the space.
Speaking of upcoming events, February 3rd is the day before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And it's also
the Chamber Gala.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Chamber Gala is the day before the Vikings win the Super Bowl. And it is on Saturday, February 3rd. 5:30 is the social hour. And then dinner starts at 7. We've got dessert, which is super important. We're going to have the installation of Nort Johnson, who you may know as the new chamber president. And then Nate Shapee did such a fantastic job last year with the chamber, and he is passing the gavel to Heidi Nelson of Heidi's Clubhouse and Be My Guest. So it's going to be a fun-filled night. We all hope that the presentations don't go too long, so we can get to the dancing sooner with Jivin' Ivan and the Kings of Swing, right? All these things are very important, the installation of Nort and the passing the gavel, but let's get to dancing, really, you know. So it's going to be a great night. We encourage you to sign up for that too, and you can do that by calling the chamber, emailing the chamber. You know where to find us.
How much are tickets?
Tickets are oh gosh, you shouldn't have asked that.
Oh,
I'm a bad person to ask. I think they're $60.
That's what I thought, per couple. Or is it per person?
Good question.
You can find that out on their website.
Call the chamber.
They have a very navigable website.
Is that a word?
I think I just made it up.
Okay, yeah, I like it. I'm going to write that down.
You can navigate it very easily. The chamber website. Because I did that.
Yeah, it is. Our website is actually really good. Yep, I agree.
You got all kinds of information there, and you can find out how much I get a kick out of it. I've looked it up in the dictionary before. Gala, gala, yala. I mean, there's all kinds of pronunciations for the word.
Yeah, there is. And I don't. Which one is right? They're all right?
There is one right.
Okay.
But I've heard it every way but loose.
I think I say a few of them anyway.
You said gala.
I said gala?
I say gala. And gala's been used too. By gala, I don't know which one is the right one.
I don't know either.
But I have looked in the dictionary, and I think 2 of them are correct.
Interesting.
So
that's good to know.
Again, that's just off the top of my bald head. Chuck Thiele is with us. We only got a couple of minutes left in the show, Chuck. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Oh, no. I'm sweating already, Gordy.
But you said you're having fun.
Yeah.
So you really like the new position you're in.
I love it.
Because how does it compare to radio? Nothing compares to radio. There's nothing more fun than radio.
You are putting me on the spot. Radio is really fun. It's fantastic.
The hours are a little goofy.
Well, not for sales.
That's
I was
true.
in sales, so the hours weren't super goofy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Gordy, you are putting me on the spot.
Well, I didn't mean to, but
no, it's fine. It's fine.
I was just curious because being in radio, I don't know how long you were in radio.
Yeah,
But it's hard to get out when you've been in it.
Yeah, so I don't think I was in long enough to have it
Okay.
be. I shouldn't say that. It was really hard to get out because the people that I worked for were absolutely fantastic. So that was really really hard, and I loved going to work every day. But ultimately, you just have to make decisions for. I had to make the right decision for my daughters and I, and I think that going in now. I don't think I know that going to the chamber was absolutely the right decision.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're glad to have you.
It seems like they are. I don't want to give myself a big head, but it does. Yeah, it seems like they are happy to have me.
Well,
So,
that's good. It's always good to be somewhere where you're appreciated, right?
Yeah, that's right. That is absolutely
You know,
true.
work for somebody you want to be appreciated by, wherever the place is.
Yes.
So again, folks, if it's the gala, or the gala, make sure you attend. February the 3rd, the day before the Super Bowl.
The day before the Vikings win
are
the
going to
Super
win
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You can assure me of this.
Well, pretty much, yeah.
They play the Eagles this week.
They do.
And you think they're going to beat the Eagles, obviously.
I do.
In Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Really, how'd they coin that phrase?
Yeah,
Have
that's
you
a
been to
good.
Philadelphia?
No, but I've heard that fans on the East Coast are not so brotherly loverly.
Oh, they're pretty rabid. Yes.
Yeah. So don't, if you go to the game, they say don't wear your Vikings jersey there because you might get. Just don't. I guess they're mean. They're
Well,
mean.
that's crazy.
They're
Come
meanie
on.
heads.
They'll take my money, won't they, to go into the game, so they shouldn't touch my jersey.
Exactly.
I just hit my knee on the... And I didn't swear. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That is really good.
Thanks, Chuck, for coming in.
Yeah, thank
Chuck's
you
going,
very much.
This might be my last visit ever with Gordy.
No. No. This was fun.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by. Again, folks, you can check out more information about costs and all that stuff on the Chamber's website. They got a really good, it's a very easy to navigate website. That concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota, KDHL AM Faribault, Minnesota. Kathy